Hey there. Welcome to a deep dive into something that might just blow your mind. Today, we're talking about a leak from none other than Elon Musk's AI that's exposing a shocking truth. Someone or something is controlling your energy right now. And no, we're not talking about your morning coffee or that energy drink you grab on your way to work. We're talking about the very force behind your focus, your motivation, and even your overall well-being. Have you ever sat down, tried to get something done, only to feel inexplicably drained? Ever wondered why, even after a full night's sleep, you sometimes feel like your energy's been zapped? It turns out there might be a lot more going on behind the scenes than you ever imagined. Today we're peeling back the layers on a revelation that sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's all happening right here, right now. In recent months, leaked information from Elon Musk's inner circle about his latest AI breakthroughs has sent shockwaves through the tech world. What we're about to discuss isn't just another conspiracy theory. It's an in-your-face look at how our energy, both the physical kind powering our gadgets and the mental kind that fuels our creativity and drive, is being controlled by systems we barely even notice. And while some of it might sound out there, we're going to break it down in plain, everyday language, so everyone can understand what's really at stake. Elon Musk is known for shaking up industries, from electric cars with Tesla to space travel with SpaceX, and now, with his ventures into artificial intelligence and brain-computer interfaces via Neuralink, he's pushing the envelope on what technology can do for us. But with great innovation comes great responsibility, and sometimes unintended consequences. The leaked data suggests that the very AI systems Musk and his team are developing might not just be about making our lives easier. Instead, they could be tools for controlling where, when, and how we expend our energy. And that's no small thing when you consider that our energy isn't just about electricity in our homes. It's about the essence of what makes us tick. Over the next few segments, we're going to take you on a journey from the moment this AI leak broke the internet to the hidden history of how energy has been used as a form of control throughout time, all the way to what you can do today to take back control of your own energy. We're digging into how AI is secretly steering your day-to-day life, who's really behind this massive energy control scheme, and what you can do to break free from this invisible stranglehold. And don't worry, we're keeping it real and relatable every step of the way. No complicated jargon or stuffy lectures here, just a clear, straightforward look at some seriously wild ideas. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you're not just going to be aware of the forces that have been draining you. You're going to know exactly how to reclaim your power. We're about to expose the no BS truth about energy control in our digital age. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this. All right, let's jump right in. Imagine this. Elon Musk's team, those guys who brought you Tesla and SpaceX, just dropped a major bombshell. A leak from his latest AI research shows that behind all the shiny tech gadgets and revolutionary breakthroughs, there's a whole system designed to manipulate how you use your energy. And no, we're not talking about some far-fetched sci-fi plot. This is happening right now. For years, Musk has been at the forefront of AI development, and with his ventures like Neuralink, he's been pushing the boundaries of what artificial intelligence can do for the human brain. But what if I told you that, along with these groundbreaking innovations, there's also a darker side? The leaked data reveals that Musk's AI isn't just about enhancing our capabilities. It might also be a sophisticated tool for controlling us. How? By tapping into the very essence of our energy. This isn't just about controlling your attention on social media or nudging you to click on that next video. According to the leak, this AI is capable of influencing everything from the subtle rhythms of your daily routine to the bursts of energy you need to stay creative and motivated. Think about it. Every time you pick up your phone, scroll through your feed, or even just sit at your desk, there's a system at work, analyzing your behavior, predicting your needs, and then adjusting the flow of energy around you to keep you locked in a certain pattern. Let's break it down. The leaked info suggests that this AI uses massive amounts of data, everything from your online interactions to the tiny micro movements you make, to figure out exactly how your energy is being spent. And then, using complex algorithms, it subtly nudges you in certain directions. Maybe it's sending you notifications at just the right moment to distract you, or perhaps it's tweaking the brightness on your screen to make you feel more fatigued. The point is, it's all about controlling your energy output, making you more predictable, and ultimately, more manageable. Why would anyone want to do this? Well, consider the bigger picture. In today's world, energy isn't just about physical power. It's a form of currency. Companies, governments, and powerful organizations want to harness every bit of human energy to drive profits, maintain order, and push forward their own agendas. When your energy is predictable and controlled, you become easier to manage. You're less likely to question the status quo and more likely to follow the path laid out for you. And here's the kicker. While most of us go about our days completely unaware, these AI systems are quietly working behind the scenes. The leak shows that the technology can tap into neural patterns and real-time data streams, learning from your every move. It's like having a digital puppet master that not only knows what you're doing, but is actively shaping your decisions without you even realizing it. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like something out of a dystopian novel. But let's face it, when you start connecting the dots between our distracted lives, the constant digital bombardment, and the technology that runs our everyday devices, the picture becomes a lot less comforting. There's a hidden architecture at play, a structure that's been built to ensure that our energy is funneled exactly where those in power want it. And Musk's AI leak is just the latest piece of evidence that this isn't some wild conspiracy theory. It's the real deal. So why is this important to you? Because understanding this system is the first step to reclaiming your energy. Once you know how it works, you can start taking steps to break free from the cycle of distraction and fatigue. Over the next few segments, we're going to explore the history behind this kind of control, dive into the mechanics of how AI manipulates your energy, and reveal some actionable strategies to fight back. Trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next. Now that we've unpacked the AI leak, let's rewind a bit and take a look at the bigger picture. Energy control isn't a new concept. It's something that's been woven into the fabric of society for centuries. From the early days of power plants and industrial monopolies to today's digital empires, the way energy is managed has always been a tool for control. Back in the day, controlling energy meant controlling electricity and fuel. Think about how, for decades, large corporations and government entities dominated the energy sector, dictating who got power and who didn't. Access to electricity wasn't just about keeping the lights on, it was about having the power to influence economies, shape cities, and even control the behavior of entire populations. The companies that held these reins could dictate the pace of progress and the direction of entire communities. Fast forward to today, and the game has changed. But the playbook remains eerily similar. Now, energy isn't just about physical power, it's also about the invisible force of attention and mental energy. Our smartphones, laptops, and all the other devices we're glued to aren't just gadgets. They're part of a massive network designed to capture and channel our focus. And at the heart of this network is artificial intelligence, quietly running the show. The leaked data from Musk's AI research reveals that our digital lives are now the battleground for energy control. Just like the power plants of the past, today's tech giants and shadowy organizations have figured out how to harness the energy that flows through our everyday actions. Every like, share, click, and pause on your screen is a data point, a tiny bit of your energy that's captured, measured, and redirected. And why? So that they can keep you in a state of perpetual engagement, ensuring that your energy is always being used in ways that benefit them. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This isn't just a story about big companies or governments. It's also about the evolution of our own habits and behaviors. Over time, we've been conditioned to accept that our lives are run by routines. Wake up, check your phone, work, scroll through social media, sleep, and repeat. This cycle, while seemingly mundane, is a carefully constructed routine designed to keep us predictable. And predictability is the enemy of freedom. Historically, when you controlled the energy of a population, you controlled its behavior. The same is true today, only now the energy being controlled isn't just physical electricity, it's the energy that fuels our creativity, our productivity, and our very sense of self. By making us predictable, the system ensures that we don't question the status quo. We get so caught up in our routines that we rarely stop to ask, who's really benefiting from all of this? Who's getting richer while we're left feeling drained and exhausted? What's wild is that the same patterns we see today have roots that go back centuries. Whether it's the monopolies of the early industrial era or the modern tech giants that seem to run the world, the goal has always been the same: to control energy, and through it, control people. And now, with the advent of AI, this control has become more sophisticated and subtle than ever before. Take, for example, the idea of energy vampires. Those forces that drain your energy without you even realizing it. In the old days, it might have been a factory or a power plant that dictated the rhythm of your day. Today, it's your phone or the endless stream of content on your favorite social media platform. Every notification, every algorithmically suggested video is designed to pull you deeper into a cycle of distraction. And the end game? To make sure that your energy is always being spent in a way that benefits someone else's agenda. As we've moved from controlling physical energy to controlling digital attention, the stakes have only gotten higher. The leaked AI data from Musk shows that we're not just passive consumers in this new age. We're active participants in a system that's designed to harness every bit of our energy. And once your energy is controlled, so is your mind. It's a classic case of, he who controls the energy controls the mind. Understanding this history isn't just academic, it's essential if you want to break free from the cycle. By recognizing that the patterns we see today are part of a long lineage of energy control, you can start to see where the cracks are. And once you see those cracks, you can begin to take steps to reclaim your own energy and ultimately your freedom. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how this all works. You might be wondering, how can an AI possibly control my energy? It sounds like something out of a cyberpunk thriller, but the truth is, the technology behind it is already here, and it's more advanced than most of us realize. At its core, artificial intelligence is all about processing massive amounts of data and learning from it. Every time you interact with your phone, every time you browse the internet or use an app, you're leaving behind a digital footprint. And guess what? AI is constantly watching. It's like having an invisible assistant that takes note of everything you do, from the time you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. But here's where things get really interesting. The same AI that's supposed to make our lives easier can also be used to control how and where we spend our energy. Let's break it down in simple terms. First, there's data collection. Every tap, swipe, or click is recorded and analyzed. This data isn't just about what you like or dislike. It goes much deeper. It tracks your habits, your moods, and even your physical responses. Ever noticed how some apps seem to know exactly when you're most likely to feel a little low on energy? That's not a coincidence. It's the AI learning from your patterns, understanding exactly when and how to nudge you into a certain state. Next up is the algorithm. This isn't your run-of-the-mill math problem. It's a complex, ever-evolving set of rules that adapts to your behavior in real time. The algorithm takes all that raw data and starts to predict your next move. And once it's got a pretty good idea of what you're going to do, it starts to influence you. That recommended for you section on your favorite streaming service? It's not just trying to keep you entertained. It's designed to keep you hooked and to guide your energy in specific directions. Now let's talk about neural networks, the brain-like systems that power modern AI. These networks are capable of learning in ways that mimic human thought. They analyze everything from your facial expressions to your typing speed, and they use that information to fine-tune their predictions. In essence, these networks get so good at understanding you that they can start influencing your decisions before you're even aware of it. So, what does all this mean for your energy? Picture this. You're scrolling through your phone, and suddenly you feel a pang of fatigue. Maybe it's the subtle change in your screen's brightness or the timing of a notification that disrupts your concentration. That's AI at work, adjusting the flow of your energy without you even noticing. Over time, these small nudges add up. They make your daily routine predictable, ensuring that you expend your energy in a controlled, manageable way. It's like being on a treadmill where someone else is setting the speed. You're running, you're burning energy, but you never really get to choose the pace or the direction. And why would they want that? Because when your energy is predictable, you're easier to manage. You're less likely to break out of the cycle, less likely to question why you feel so drained, and more likely to keep going along the same path day after day. This isn't just theoretical. There are real-world examples that back it up. Some leaked documents and insider interviews suggest that advanced AI systems are already being used to optimize our digital interactions. Social media platforms, streaming services, and even online shopping sites use AI to keep you engaged for as long as possible. And while that might sound convenient on the surface, it also means that every second of your attention is being carefully measured and managed. Now consider this. If AI can predict your every move, what happens when it starts influencing your decisions? That's where the real danger lies. When an algorithm knows exactly how to push your buttons, whether by sending you a perfectly timed notification or by curating content that taps into your emotions, it's not just making your life easier, it's controlling your energy. And when your energy is controlled, so is your capacity to make independent decisions. The mechanics of energy manipulation through AI are subtle, almost invisible, and yet incredibly powerful. It's a process that unfolds gradually over time, until you find yourself caught in a cycle where your natural energy is no longer your own. It's been hijacked by a system designed to keep you predictable, compliant, and ultimately controllable. Understanding these mechanics is key to breaking free from this invisible grip. The more you know about how AI works to steer your life, the better equipped you'll be to recognize when you're being manipulated. And once you're aware, you can start taking steps to reclaim your energy, to reset the pace on your own terms, and to finally put yourself back in the driver's seat of your own life. Now that we've laid out the mechanics behind AI's control of your energy, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Who's really behind this? Who's the puppet master pulling the strings that dictate how, when, and where your energy gets spent? At first glance, it might seem like the usual suspects. Tech giants, corporations, or even governments are calling the shots. And in many ways, that's true. Companies like Facebook, Google, and Amazon have built entire empires on capturing your attention, analyzing your behavior, and monetizing every bit of energy you expend online. But it goes deeper than that. The leaked info from Musk's AI research points to a network of power players who have a vested interest in keeping us in a state of constant, manageable engagement. Let's start with the big corporations. These companies are not just in the business of selling products or services. They're in the business of selling your attention. Every ad you see, every notification you receive, is carefully engineered to keep you hooked. When your energy is predictable, it becomes a commodity that can be bought, sold, and optimized. And that's where the real money is made. Then there are the political and financial elites. Throughout history, controlling energy has always meant controlling people. In the industrial era, It was the power plants and utilities that determined who got electricity and who didn't. Today, it's a whole different ballgame, but the principle remains the same. When your energy is funneled in a particular direction, it influences your behavior, your choices, and ultimately, the society at large. By keeping you on a controlled path, these elites ensure that you don't stray too far from the status quo, making it easier to maintain power and control. But what about Elon Musk's role in all of this? Musk is no stranger to controversy, and his work in AI and neural interfaces is groundbreaking. His companies are pushing the limits of what technology can do for the human mind. However, with great power comes great responsibility, and the leaked data suggests that there might be a darker side to these innovations. The same AI that has the potential to revolutionize how we live could also be used as a tool for mass control. And if that's the case, then Musk's projects are not just about advancing technology, they're about shaping the future of human energy itself. It's important to note that while much of this might sound like something out of a science fiction novel, there are plenty of theories and insider reports floating around that support these ideas. Some researchers argue that the convergence of digital data and human behavior is creating a feedback loop that's almost impossible to break. Every click, every pause, every moment of distraction is a data point, one that feeds into a system designed to predict and control you. So, who benefits from all this? The answer is both simple and unsettling: those who already hold power. Whether it's the tech giants making billions off your data, the political leaders shaping policies behind closed doors, or the shadowy figures operating in the background, the goal is the same: to harness your energy for their own gain. And when your energy is controlled, your ability to think independently, to innovate, and to challenge the system is significantly diminished. This hidden network of controllers isn't always easy to pinpoint. It's not just one entity or organization, it's an ecosystem, a complex web of interests that spans across industries and borders. From the boardrooms of Silicon Valley to the corridors of government power, the influence over your energy is pervasive and far-reaching. And the more interconnected our world becomes, the harder it is to tell where one sphere of control ends and another begins. What does this mean for you? It means that the everyday frustrations you experience, the feeling of being drained, the sense that you're not really in control of your own life, might not be just random or personal issues. They could very well be part of a larger, deliberate strategy to keep you in check. Recognizing this is the first step toward reclaiming your power. Once you see the bigger picture, you'll start to notice the subtle signs of control all around you. The way your favorite apps seem to know exactly when to pester you with a notification. The way your digital routine feels almost too predictable. It's all designed to keep you on a leash, ensuring that every bit of your energy goes exactly where someone else wants it to. But here's the good news. Awareness is the key to breaking free. When you understand who's really pulling the strings, you can begin to unravel the system from within. In the next section, we're going to dive into exactly how you can take back control of your energy. We'll lay out some practical, no BS steps that you can start using today to disrupt these patterns and reclaim your life. Imagine waking up every day with a clear sense of purpose and the freedom to decide how your energy is spent. Picture yourself breaking away from those predictable patterns that keep you locked into a life of autopilot. That's what energy liberation is all about. It's about noticing what's been holding you back, shaking up those old habits, and using every tool available, including AI, to help you thrive instead of being controlled. Let's break down each law in detail with real-life examples, practical tips, and insights that you can start using today. Law 1. Recognize the drain. The first law is all about awareness. Before you can fix a problem, you need to identify it. Recognizing the drain means being honest with yourself about the habits and patterns that sap your energy. Those subtle, often invisible forces that leave you feeling tired, distracted, and less alive than you deserve to be. Think about your daily routine. Do you often feel a sudden drop in energy right after checking your phone? Have you noticed that certain times of day or specific activities leave you more exhausted than others? These aren't random occurrences. They're signals that something in your environment, or in the way you interact with technology, is stealing your energy. For example, you might have a habit of starting your day by scrolling through endless social media feeds, absorbing a flood of information that leaves your mind cluttered and your focus fragmented. Or maybe you find yourself stuck in a loop of email notifications and digital distractions at work, never really giving yourself time to breathe or think clearly. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward liberation. Start by keeping a simple energy journal. For a week, note the times when you feel most drained and what you were doing right before that feeling hit. Was it after a long, mindless scroll on your phone? Or maybe it was during a meeting where you felt completely zoned out? Over time, you'll start to see patterns emerge. Awareness is powerful. Once you see these drains for what they are, you have the first key to breaking their hold on you. It might also help to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Sometimes it's not just about external distractions, but also about internal beliefs and expectations. Perhaps you've subconsciously accepted that feeling tired is normal, or that you're not meant to have boundless energy. This kind of self-limiting belief can be just as draining as a never-ending stream of digital notifications. The goal here is to shine a light on every source of energy drain, from the obvious to the subtle, so that you can start reclaiming your power. Consider a real-life example. Sarah, a graphic designer, realized that she always felt mentally exhausted right after her morning social media check-in. After a few days of journaling her energy levels, she discovered that the barrage of images and opinions was overwhelming her mind, making it hard for her to focus on creative work. Once Sarah recognized this drain, she began experimenting with alternative routines, like starting her day with a brief meditation session instead of diving straight into her feed. Within a short time, she noticed a remarkable boost in her creativity and overall energy. Recognizing the drain isn't about blaming technology or saying that everything is bad. It's about understanding that your energy is valuable and that certain behaviors are robbing you of it. The more clearly you can see these patterns, the more prepared you are to fight back. And that's exactly what the next laws are all about. Law 2. Break the pattern. Now that you've learned to recognize the drains on your energy, the next step is to break the pattern. The system that controls your energy thrives on predictability. When you follow the same routines day after day, it becomes easier for external forces, like AI algorithms or even your own ingrained habits, to predict and control your behavior. Breaking the pattern means shaking up your routine so that you're no longer stuck in a cycle of energy depletion. Breaking the pattern doesn't have to mean a complete life overhaul overnight. It can start with small, deliberate changes that gradually disrupt the status quo. For instance, if you're used to checking your phone immediately upon waking, try delaying that habit by just 15 minutes. Use that extra time to stretch, drink a glass of water, or simply sit in silence for a few moments. These small changes can have a big impact on how you feel throughout the day. Another strategy is to alter your environment. Change the way you interact with your devices. If you usually keep your phone within arm's reach at all times, try leaving it in another room during certain periods of the day. This physical separation can help break the habitual checking and reduce the number of distractions that continuously nibble away at your energy. Consider the power of unpredictability. Our minds are wired to adapt to routines. When you mix things up, you force your brain to engage in new ways, which can boost creativity and overall vitality. Try taking a different route on your way to work, rearranging your workspace, or even switching up your meal schedule. By doing something unexpected, you not only interrupt the cycle of energy drain, but also create opportunities for new, refreshing experiences. Take Mike's story as an example. Mike was a freelancer who constantly battled with digital distractions. Every time he sat down to work, a flood of notifications would pull his attention in a dozen different directions. Realizing that his predictable routine was at the root of his problem, Mike decided to make a few strategic changes. He started by turning off non-essential notifications during work hours and designating specific times to check emails and messages. He also rearranged his workspace so that his phone wasn't immediately visible. The result? Mike found that his focus improved dramatically, and he was able to complete projects with far less mental fatigue. Breaking the pattern is about taking control of your daily life, rather than letting the system dictate it for you. When you disrupt your routines, you make it much harder for algorithms and other external forces to predict and manipulate your behavior. It's like shaking up a snow globe. The more unpredictable your movements, the less chance there is for the system to settle into a fixed, draining rhythm. Of course, change can be uncomfortable at first. Our brains naturally resist the unknown, and breaking a long-held habit may feel like swimming upstream. But remember, discomfort is often a sign of growth. Each time you push past the urge to revert to your old routines, you're strengthening your ability to live on your own terms. Over time, these small acts of rebellion add up, transforming your daily life into one where you are the master of your energy, rather than its captive. Don't worry if you don't see immediate results. Like any habit, breaking patterns takes time and persistence. The key is consistency. Keep experimenting with small changes until you find what works best for you. And most importantly, celebrate your progress, no matter how minor it may seem. Every step away from the predictable drains is a victory on your journey to energy liberation. Law 3. Use AI as your ally. Here's a twist that might surprise you. The same technology that can drain your energy can also be harnessed as a tool to reclaim it. Yes, AI is often portrayed as a manipulative force, but if you understand how it works, you can learn to use it to your advantage. Instead of being a passive recipient of its effects, you can turn AI into a resource that helps you monitor, manage, and even boost your energy levels. The idea is simple. Use technology consciously. Start by exploring apps and tools designed to help you track your habits and energy. Many modern devices come with features that monitor your screen time, sleep patterns, and even stress levels. Use these insights to identify when you're most vulnerable to energy drains. For example, if your phone's built-in analytics show that you're most active and most distracted during certain times of the day, you can plan to limit your usage during those windows. Another powerful tool is the concept of digital detox apps. These apps don't just block distracting content, they provide a detailed breakdown of your digital habits. They offer tips, reminders, and even rewards for staying off your phone or reducing screen time. By turning the tables and making technology work for you, you're using the same principles of data collection and analysis that fuel those energy-draining algorithms, but for your benefit instead. Think of it this way. If an algorithm can learn your behavior and predict your actions, you can use that information to optimize your day. Set up reminders to take breaks, schedule time for activities that recharge you, and even use AI-powered meditation apps to help you relax and reset. The key is to reclaim control by making conscious choices about how you interact with your devices. Let's go back to our friend Mike for another moment. After realizing how much his energy was being sapped by constant notifications, Mike started using an app that not only blocked non-essential alerts, but also tracked his productivity. The app would analyze his work patterns and suggest optimal times for breaks and focus sessions. Over time, Mike discovered that by following these personalized recommendations, he wasn't just more productive, he actually felt more energized and in control of his day. Using AI as your ally also means becoming curious about how these systems work. Spend a little time learning the basics of algorithms and data collection. You don't need to become a computer scientist, but understanding the fundamental principles can help you see where the opportunities lie. For instance, if you know that your phone's recommendations are based on your past behavior, you might decide to intentionally diversify your interactions. Explore new topics, follow different accounts, or even try out new apps that challenge the standard routines. By feeding the algorithm a broader range of data, you reduce its ability to pigeonhole you into energy-draining cycles. There's also an element of personalization to consider. The more you use AI-powered tools to understand your own habits, the more tailored your energy management strategies can become. Think of it as having a personal coach that's available 24/7, offering insights based on your own unique patterns. And unlike a generic solution, this kind of tailored approach is much more effective in helping you reclaim your energy because it's built around what works best for you. Moreover, some emerging technologies are designed specifically to promote well-being. There are wearables that monitor not only your physical activity, but also indicators of mental stress. When integrated with smart home devices, these systems can adjust lighting, temperature, or even play calming sounds based on your mood. By creating an environment that responds to your needs, you're setting the stage for a day where your energy is optimized rather than hijacked. Using AI as your ally is about flipping the script, transforming a tool of control into a tool of liberation. It's a reminder that technology is neutral. It's our relationship with it that determines its impact on our lives. With a little intentionality and some practical tools at your disposal, you can ensure that AI works for you, not against you. Law 4. Rewrite your energy code. The final law is perhaps the most empowering of all, rewriting your energy code. This law goes beyond the surface-level tweaks of your daily routine. It's about transforming the very beliefs, habits, and thought patterns that dictate how you use your energy. Think of your mind as a computer with software that runs all day long. For years, you've been running on outdated code, programs that tell you that you're not capable, that you're destined to be tired, that the system is too powerful to fight. But what if you could rewrite that code? Rewriting your energy code starts with self-reflection. Ask yourself, what beliefs have been holding me back? Perhaps you've internalized the idea that feeling drained is normal, or that you simply don't have the energy to make big changes. These limiting beliefs are like old software bugs that continuously drain your battery. It's time to update your operating system. One practical way to begin this transformation is by setting clear, positive affirmations. Instead of letting negative thoughts like, "I'm too tired" or "I can't change" run in the background, replace them with empowering statements. For example, say to yourself, "I have the power to control my energy," or "Every day I am getting stronger and more focused." Over time, these affirmations will start to reprogram your mind, helping you break free from the old patterns that have held you back. Another powerful tool for rewriting your energy code is meditation and mindfulness. These practices help you become aware of the constant chatter in your mind, the old programming that tells you to accept fatigue and distraction as inevitable. When you take time to quiet your mind, you're creating space for new, empowering thoughts. Even just 10 minutes a day of mindfulness can start to shift your perspective, making you more resilient against the energy drains of daily life. Visualization techniques can also play a key role in this process. Close your eyes and picture yourself full of energy, moving through your day with purpose and clarity. Imagine every challenge as a small glitch in the system that you can fix with your newfound power. Visualization isn't magic. It's a way to harness the incredible power of your mind and turn it into a force for change. The more vividly you can imagine a life where you control your energy, the more likely you are to start making that vision a reality. It might help to think of your journey like upgrading your smartphone. When you get a new phone, you install updates, customize settings, and download apps that make your life easier. In the same way, you can update the software running in your brain. Identify the programs that drain your energy, whether it's negative self-talk, outdated habits, or even the influences of a digital environment that thrives on distraction, and then replace them with new, empowering routines. It's a gradual process, but every step you take is a step toward a more vibrant, energized version of yourself. Let's look at an example from everyday life. Consider someone who has always believed that multitasking is a sign of productivity, even though it often leaves them feeling scattered and exhausted. Once this person decides to challenge that belief, they start focusing on one task at a time. They use techniques like the Pomodoro method to structure their work, and they notice that by giving themselves full attention on one thing at a time, their energy actually improves. That's a clear case of rewriting your energy code. By replacing the myth of multitasking with the practice of focused work, you start to reclaim your energy and build a more sustainable, fulfilling routine. Rewriting your energy code also means embracing a growth mindset. Instead of thinking that your energy levels are fixed, believe that you can train yourself to be more resilient and adaptive. Look at challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Every time you push through a moment of fatigue or distraction, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. This mindset shift can be incredibly liberating. It's the difference between feeling like a victim of the system and feeling like a master of your own destiny. In practical terms, this might involve setting small, achievable goals that gradually build your energy reserves. Maybe start with a daily walk, then add in a short meditation session, and eventually work up to longer periods of focused, uninterrupted work. Over time, these small victories add up, and you begin to see real changes in how you feel and function. Remember, the goal isn't to overhaul your life overnight. It's to make consistent, manageable changes that reprogram your mind and body for success. It's also important to surround yourself with supportive influences. Whether it's a community of like-minded individuals, books that inspire you, or podcasts that offer practical advice, the people and resources you engage with can help reinforce your new energy code. When you're constantly exposed to positive, empowering messages, it becomes much easier to stick with your new habits. Conversely, if you're constantly bombarded with negative influences that reinforce old patterns, it will be much harder to break free. Rewriting your energy code is, at its core, about reclaiming ownership of your life. It means rejecting the notion that you're a passive recipient of external forces, and instead recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality. This is the most radical and liberating realization of all, knowing that you are in control and that your energy is yours to command. When we look at these 4 laws, recognize the drain, break the pattern, use AI as your ally, and rewrite your energy code, they form a comprehensive blueprint for reclaiming what's rightfully yours. It's not just about cutting out distractions or managing your time better. It's about a complete shift in how you view yourself and your relationship with technology and daily habits. Imagine a day where you start with awareness, waking up and immediately taking a moment to set your intentions, rather than mindlessly scrolling. You know exactly which activities drain you, and you've set up little experiments throughout your day to break those patterns. When your phone buzzes with yet another notification, instead of automatically checking it, you pause and decide if it aligns with your goals. And if it doesn't, you let it go, reclaiming that small bit of energy for something more valuable. By using AI as a tool rather than a master, you turn technology into an ally. You begin to see it not as a force that exploits your every action, but as a source of valuable insights that can help you optimize your day. And when it comes to rewriting your energy code, every small change in your mindset, every new habit you adopt, chips away at the old programming that once dictated your life. The journey to energy liberation isn't linear. It's full of ups and downs, breakthroughs and setbacks. There will be days when the old patterns feel irresistible, when the digital world calls you back into its familiar grip. But every time you choose awareness over autopilot, every time you decide to break the pattern instead of giving in, you're taking a stand. You're saying that your energy is sacred and that you won't let it be siphoned off by forces beyond your control. As you continue on this path, you'll notice a shift not only in your energy levels, but also in your overall outlook on life. You'll start to see opportunities where before you saw obstacles. You'll feel more in tune with your own needs and more capable of setting boundaries that protect your time and your well-being. And ultimately, you'll begin to understand that reclaiming your energy isn't just a personal victory. It's a revolutionary act in a world designed to keep you predictable and controlled. So as you move forward, remember these 4 laws as your guide. Recognize every moment that drains you. Shake up your routine by breaking the patterns that hold you back. Harness technology to work for you instead of against you. And, most importantly, rewrite your inner code to reflect the limitless potential you truly possess. This is your blueprint for energy liberation, a no BS, actionable plan for taking back control of your life. Now take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed. Visualize a future where your energy flows freely, where you're the one dictating your day instead of external forces. Let that vision inspire you to take action today, however small the step. Whether it's adjusting a daily habit or diving deeper into the technology that surrounds you, every action counts. Your energy is the fuel that drives your dreams, and once you reclaim it, there's nothing that can hold you back. Remember, the power to transform your life lies within you. It's time to break free from the invisible chains, step into your true potential, and start living on your own terms. This is your moment. Seize it, and let the journey to energy liberation begin. By embracing these laws, you're not only resisting the forces that have long sought to control you, but you're also setting a new standard for what it means to live fully and freely. Every day you have the chance to wake up, recognize the drains on your life, disrupt the predictable, and use every tool at your disposal to shape your own destiny. The journey might be challenging, but with each step, you're rewriting the rules and reclaiming your most precious resource, your energy. So, let's commit to this journey together. Let every choice you make be a declaration that you are in charge. Let every moment of awareness be a building block for a life defined not by exhaustion and distraction, but by clarity, purpose, and unbridled energy. This is your revolution. One small step at a time, one conscious choice after another, until you're living a life that's truly yours. Now go ahead. Recognize the drain, break the pattern, use AI as your ally, and rewrite your energy code. The power is in your hands, and your energy is waiting to be unleashed. Enjoy the journey, and remember, every moment you choose to take back your energy is a moment you're choosing freedom over control. Your path to energy liberation starts right now. Every small change, every act of awareness, contributes to a bigger transformation, one that not only improves your own life, but also inspires others to reclaim their energy too. In a world that thrives on predictability and control, your decision to break free is nothing short of revolutionary. Embrace these laws, put them into practice, and watch as your life transforms from a series of drained moments into a vibrant tapestry of creativity, focus, and empowerment. This is your call to action. Commit today to living with intention, to questioning the status quo, and to reclaiming the energy that's rightfully yours. The journey might be long, and there will be challenges along the way, but every step you take brings you closer to a life where you are the master of your own energy and destiny. Take these laws to heart, share them with those around you, and let's build a community that values and protects the incredible power of human energy. Your future is bright when you're in control, and that future starts with you right now. You might be thinking, this all sounds great in theory, but does it really work? The answer is yes. If you look at real-world examples and case studies, you'll see that people have successfully reclaimed their energy and transformed their lives using these principles. Take Sarah, for example. Sarah used to feel constantly exhausted, By the time she got home from work, her energy was completely zapped. She couldn't figure out why she was always so tired until she started paying attention to her daily routines. Sarah realized that her endless scrolling through social media was a major energy drain. So, she made a simple change. She set strict time limits on her phone usage and replaced her scrolling habit with a short walk or a few minutes of meditation. Within weeks, Sarah noticed a significant improvement in her energy levels and overall mood. She wasn't just more productive, she was happier. Then there's Mike, a freelancer who found himself caught in the trap of constant digital distraction. Every time he sat down to work, notifications would pop up, interrupting his flow and leaving him feeling scattered. Mike decided to take matters into his own hands. He used an app that tracks screen time and set his phone to Do Not Disturb mode during work hours. He also rearranged his workspace to minimize distractions and set specific goals for each work session. The result? Mike not only reclaimed his focus, but also saw a noticeable increase in his productivity and creativity. These stories aren't isolated incidents. There are countless examples of individuals and even entire organizations that have turned things around by recognizing the patterns of energy drain, breaking free from predictable routines, and using technology to their advantage rather than letting it control them. Researchers have even started to document these shifts, noting that small changes in daily habits can lead to big improvements in overall energy and well-being. Beyond personal stories, look at the broader picture in workplaces and communities that have embraced these ideas. Some companies are now actively encouraging digital detoxes and flexible work environments to ensure that employees aren't burning out. They understand that a controlled, predictable workforce isn't necessarily a productive one. Often, it's the unpredictability and the fresh burst of energy that lead to real innovation and creativity. In the realm of digital well-being, several startups have emerged with apps and platforms dedicated to helping people monitor their energy and focus. These tools often incorporate elements of gamification, turning energy management into a challenge or a game. The idea is simple. By making you aware of your digital habits and offering rewards for improvement, these platforms help you gradually take back control of your energy. They provide data, actionable insights, and even personalized recommendations to help you break the cycle of distraction. What's common in all these examples is the willingness to question the status quo and take control. Whether it's by setting boundaries with technology or actively reprogramming one's mindset, the success stories show that reclaiming your energy is not only possible, it's happening right now. And the best part is, you don't have to wait for a breakthrough technology or a revolutionary change in society to start making a difference in your own life. The power is in your hands. As we wrap up this journey, take a deep breath and let all of these insights sink in. We started by exploring a mind-blowing leak from Elon Musk's AI, revealing that forces you might never have suspected are controlling how you spend your energy every single day. We dug into the history of energy control, from the days of power plants and monopolies to the digital empires of today, uncovering how, over time, those in power have learned to tap into not only our physical energy, but also our mental focus and creativity. We examined the inner workings of AI, learning how these systems analyze your behavior, predict your next move, and nudge you into spending your energy in ways that serve the interests of powerful entities. And then, we armed you with a 4-part blueprint for reclaiming that energy. Recognize the drain, break the pattern, use AI as your ally, and ultimately rewrite your own energy code. Now let's take a moment to pull all of this together. What does it all mean for you? It means that every time you feel exhausted without knowing why, every moment you lose focus to a never-ending scroll or a well-timed notification, there's a larger system at work, one that thrives on keeping you in a predictable, controlled state. But here's the good news. By understanding these forces, you can turn the tables. You have the power to reclaim your energy, to rewrite the rules of your day, and to live life on your own terms. Remember that feeling you get when you first realize that something isn't quite right, when you start to question the routines and habits that have been drilled into you? That moment of clarity is the spark of true freedom. It's the moment when you begin to see that your energy isn't just a byproduct of your schedule or your devices. It's a precious resource that, when managed properly, can fuel your creativity, boost your productivity, and help you live a richer, more vibrant life. Take a moment to reflect on the 4 laws of energy liberation we've covered. This is about getting real with yourself. Look at your day. When do you feel that inexplicable drop in energy? When do you find your focus slipping away, leaving you feeling foggy and unmotivated? It might be when you first wake up, right after you've scrolled through your phone, or during those endless email checking sessions. By keeping track of these moments, you begin to see patterns. You learn to identify which actions or habits are robbing you of your vitality. Once you see the drain clearly, you're no longer in the dark about what's holding you back. Now that you know what's draining you, it's time to disrupt those cycles. The system you're up against thrives on predictability. Every time you do the same thing, it's like you're handing over a little more control of your energy. But you have the power to change that. Whether it's taking a different route to work, putting your phone in another room during certain hours, or even just giving yourself permission to pause and breathe, every small change is a victory. It's about shaking up your routine enough that you're no longer a predictable part of the system. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but every act of change is an act of reclaiming your life. This might sound counterintuitive at first. After all, we've talked about how AI can be used to control your energy. But here's the twist. The same technology can also be harnessed for your benefit. There are apps and tools that help track your habits, remind you to take breaks, and even offer guided meditations to help reset your focus. By learning how these systems work and using them intentionally, you can turn a tool of control into a tool of liberation. It's all about taking control of your digital environment rather than letting it control you. Perhaps the most transformative of all, this law is about changing the inner software that runs your day-to-day life. For years, you may have been running on outdated programs, beliefs that say you're destined to be tired, that distractions are inevitable, that the system is too powerful to fight against. But those are just stories you've been told. When you begin to challenge those limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering affirmations, when you start to see yourself as someone who can control and direct their energy, you begin to rewrite the very code of your existence. It's a gradual process, a daily practice of choosing to believe in your own potential, of setting new goals, and of building habits that support your true, vibrant self. Let's bring this all together with a vision of what your life could be like if you truly reclaim your energy. Imagine waking up each day feeling refreshed and motivated, not because you're getting more sleep or because some miracle gadget has fixed everything, but because you've taken back control over the invisible forces that dictate your day. Picture yourself stepping away from endless scrolling and the pull of constant notifications, and instead enjoying moments of quiet, deliberate focus. Think of the projects you could complete, the creativity you could unleash, and the relationships you could nurture if you were no longer caught in a cycle of distraction and depletion. Every moment you reclaim is a victory. Every time you decide, I'm not going to let this notification steal my focus, you are taking a stand. You're saying that your energy is precious and that you're ready to guard it fiercely against anything or anyone that might try to drain it away. This isn't just about productivity or efficiency. It's about reclaiming the core of who you are. It's about recognizing that your energy is the fuel for your dreams, your passions, and your unique contribution to the world. Now, it's important to acknowledge that this journey isn't always easy. There will be times when the old habits feel too comfortable, when the digital noise seems overwhelming, and when the pull of the familiar is almost too strong to resist. But every time you choose awareness over autopilot, every time you break a small pattern, you're making progress. It's a process, and like any meaningful change, it takes time, persistence, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. This is why community matters. When you join forces with others who are on the same path, others who are committed to reclaiming their energy and rewriting the rules, you create a support network that makes the journey easier and more inspiring. Share your wins, your struggles, and your insights with those around you. Learn from each other, encourage one another, and build a collective movement that challenges the status quo. Because when one person awakens, it creates a ripple effect that can spread far beyond what you might imagine. I invite you to take a moment now to reflect on what we've discussed today. Think about the parts of your life where you feel most drained, where the invisible strings of control seem to tug at your every move. Then, consider how you might apply one or more of the 4 laws we've explored. Maybe start small. Commit to one change today, whether it's a brief digital detox, a new morning ritual, or a simple affirmation that reminds you of your strength. Whatever you choose, know that each step you take is a move toward a freer, more empowered life. As you move forward, keep in mind that this isn't a one-time fix. It's a continuous process, a daily practice of reclaiming your energy, challenging the status quo, and reimagining what's possible for your life. Every day is an opportunity to start fresh, to make choices that align with your true desires, and to build a life that's not dictated by external forces, but by your own vision and passion. Now, I want to leave you with this powerful thought. Your energy is your most valuable asset. It is the essence of who you are and the driving force behind every dream, every goal, and every moment of joy. Do not let it be siphoned away by systems and habits that do not serve your highest good. You have the power to take control. You have the ability to rewrite the rules. And when you do, nothing can hold you back. This is your call to action. Stand up, be counted, and take control of your energy starting right now. Whether you're a student, a professional, a parent, or someone just trying to navigate the complexities of modern life, know that the power to change your world lies within you. It begins with small, deliberate steps, each one a statement of resistance against the forces that would keep you in a state of passive consumption. I encourage you to share your journey. Talk to friends, family, and colleagues about what you're learning and how you're taking back your energy. Let your story inspire others to examine their own lives, to notice the drains, and to seek out ways to break free from them. The more voices that join this movement, the harder it becomes for the systems of control to maintain their grip. If you found value in what we've discussed today, take a moment to reflect on how you can integrate these ideas into your daily routine. Start with one change. Maybe it's turning off your phone for the first hour of the day, or perhaps it's dedicating a few minutes to mindfulness before you dive into your work. Over time, these small changes will accumulate, and you'll notice a remarkable transformation in your energy, your focus, and your overall sense of well-being. Remember, reclaiming your energy isn't about rejecting technology or living in isolation. It's about harnessing the tools at your disposal in a way that serves you. It's about being intentional with your time and your attention, and about knowing that every moment you choose to live consciously is a moment of power reclaimed. So as we close out this chapter, I invite you to take a stand for yourself. Make the decision that, from this moment forward, you will no longer allow the invisible forces of distraction and control to dictate how you live your life. Instead, choose to be the master of your energy, the author of your own story, and the driving force behind a future that you design. Let today be the day you say, "Enough is enough. I'm reclaiming my energy and I'm taking back control of my life." And as you embark on this journey, know that you're not alone. There are countless others out there, just like you, who are ready to break free from the predictable cycles of the past and build a future filled with possibility, creativity, and genuine well-being. Thank you for being part of this journey today. Every moment you invest in understanding and reclaiming your energy is a step toward a brighter, more empowered future. Now is the time to put these ideas into action. Embrace the challenge, celebrate every small victory, and keep pushing forward. Your energy is waiting to be unleashed, and the world needs the full force of your brilliance. Go ahead, take that step. Break free from the chains of routine, harness the power of technology in your favor, and rewrite the code that has long dictated your energy. The revolution starts with you, and every conscious choice you make today paves the way for a future that's truly yours. This is your call to action. Reclaim your energy, rewrite your story, and let the journey to a life of true freedom and boundless creativity begin now. Before we wrap up, let's dive into some of the questions we've been getting from you guys and share a few extra resources for anyone who wants to dig deeper into this whole energy liberation movement. One common question we hear is, how do I know if my energy is really being manipulated? It all starts with awareness. Start by keeping track of your daily routines. Note the moments when you feel inexplicably drained or distracted, and try to pinpoint what might be triggering that feeling. Is it a specific app? A certain time of day? Once you identify the pattern, you're already one step ahead. Another question is, can technology really be used to control me? Absolutely. It's not about some far-fetched sci-fi scenario. It's about the reality that every digital interaction leaves a trace. Companies are using sophisticated algorithms to predict your behavior and nudge you in ways that benefit them. But here's the good news. By understanding how it works, you can take back control. Use tools that help you monitor your screen time, set limits, and even remind you to take a break. There are plenty of apps out there designed to help you regain your focus and energy. We've also heard, what if I can't break free from these routines? Trust me, change isn't easy. It's a process. But the key is to start small. Even minor tweaks to your daily habits can have a huge impact over time. Whether it's taking a 5-minute break to stretch, meditating for a few minutes each morning, or simply stepping away from your phone, every little change adds up. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Join online communities, share your progress, and support each other as you work towards reclaiming your energy. For those of you who want to dive even deeper into the topic, we've put together a list of recommended readings, documentaries, and podcasts. Check out the links in the description below for everything from deep dives into AI ethics to studies on digital distraction and energy management. These resources offer a wealth of information and provide different perspectives on how technology is shaping our lives and how you can take control of that process. One last thought. The fight for your energy isn't just a personal battle, it's a collective movement. Every person who wakes up, questions the status quo, and takes control of their own energy contributes to a larger shift. When enough of us start breaking free from the predictable, controlled patterns, we begin to chip away at the system itself. So, share your story, engage with our community, and let's work together to create a future where your energy is truly yours. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. If you're ready to reclaim your energy and break free from the digital chains that bind you, hit that like button, share this video with everyone you know, and subscribe to join a community that's all about real change. Your energy is your power. Don't let anyone take that away from you.